Good morning, Murder Church on a Sunday. Welcome in, welcome in. Hit the like, give it a share. We're going into week 5 here. We got a little bit of time to go over some more Aileen Wuornos, America's first female serial killer. I'm not sure if that's true, but welcome in. Like I said, give it a share, give it a like. Let's get into it.
I get my hair out of my face while I'm doing this.
I knew I was raped. You weren't nothing but a bunch of stuff.
Therefore, these proceedings are now...
Putting somebody who was raped.
Let's rock.
Boom. Good morning, everybody. What is up? We are in the house of the Lord once again. Get in, get in, get in. Grab a seat, grab a pew, if you will. All the beautiful people. I need to get this chat in here. I need to also. I don't know if these earbuds will work, but I don't use them upstairs anymore. I need to get them back down here using them on the streams. See if I can figure that out too. I forgot how I did it last time. Shouldn't be too hard to set that up. Some kind of Bluetooth deal. And my nose is going crazy this morning. I'm trying to get it to chill out. Allergies are attacking me. But we're here. We've made it. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Having a good weekend as we get closer and closer to Christmas time. Gotta start buying some Christmas stuff. I ain't bought shit. I ain't done nothing. See a lot of beautiful people in the chat already. Let's see what we got. Boom, Shelly coming through. Oh, Mr. Poke says that's a cool looking hat. Thank you very much, Mr. Poke. I appreciate it. Yeah, Dan got me this for Christmas last year, and I love it. Yeah, this isn't like an official merch item. Just a really cool hat my brother got me. Thank you very much, Poke. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning. Simi Sharp, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I like to see the emojis because we got Judge Chet, Judge Grossfuck Turd Chet, who will be presiding with us here today. Tina, get in here. Carrie, get in here. Paige, Bassett Paige in the house. Fighting broccoli. Oh gosh, she already cooking this morning. Damn, early. It's early. We already got cooking going on. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure I'll be doing some cooking today too. Teresa. I actually went to Olive Garden yesterday randomly. I mean, it was pretty good. We did that thing where you can get like an entree to take with you. I think that'll probably be our dinner tonight. I reckon. And dude, Real Government Name came in too. Good morning. Yeah, welcome in everybody. Yeah, we're still rocking and rolling. Katie came in. Katie, new here. Love it, Katie. Welcome in. I'm glad you could come in and hang out with us this morning. Doing a little murder churching. Only time we do murder church, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. And I appreciate everyone for coming through. We're going to be starting out this morning with Investor John Tilley. In the same video here, 52-minute video, we got Investigator John Tilley, CSI Fred Johnson, and firearms expert Donald Champagne. And he's reoccurring. They bring him back, I'm pretty sure. Testifying in the Aileen Wuornos trial. And we stay here for a couple of hours on Sunday morning. This morning I'm kind of playing by ear on some stuff. So I'm making a new wrestling video, but I need to do it in double the time. Normally I take my time. I take 2 to 3 weeks to do those videos. Well, John Cena is retiring next Saturday, and I found a cool story that I'm making currently about Cena and his career, and I'm hoping that the video can do well, and I'm hoping it also ties into people searching for John Cena next weekend when he's incredibly relevant. So I might take a little bit of time because yesterday I put in about 5 hours. And it's not even close. It's not even, but I've got a good, I'm ahead of what I would be at. That's what I'm saying. Because I just started it. I really just started editing, or not even editing, just like putting stuff together yesterday. And I've already gotten pretty far. So I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. We're going to see it out, how it goes, for sure. And then I'll be live, of course, tonight also on WrestlePlunge at 6 Eastern watching some old school wrestling. Oh my God, making beer, cheese, and broccoli soup. That sounds awesome. I love broccoli soup, like cheddar broccoli soup, but I've never made cheddar broccoli soup. I've had it and it's delicious. So, oh my God, I already got shit coming out on Marketplace. Dear Lord, we're starting early out here. That's how it happens. All right, without further ado, let's get in here. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. We got a wheel rocking and rolling, of course. If anybody else comes through with any kind of donations, of course, you will get on the wheel. I need to see exactly where we're at. We might even have a spin. I don't know. People were going crazy all last week. But let's see what happens, and I'll tell everybody where we're at. Gotta get the sale done here. My nose is all kinds of crazy, though.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir, would you tell us your full name and introduce yourself to the jury, please?
I'm John Tilley. I'm an investigator for the Marion County Sheriff's Department.
And do you have any rank with them, sir? As
Just
an investigator?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been with the Marion County Sheriff's Office?
Approximately 6 years.
We're at 11. Yeah, we're one away from a wheel right now.
Cases as far as your investigative duties.
I was assigned to the Major Crimes Unit.
And were you so assigned on the dates of July the 31st and August the 4th of 1990?
Yes, sir.
Somebody, okay.
Can you tell us when you first began an investigation surrounding the death of a Troy Burris?
The first time it occurred was on July the 31st of 1990. There had been a report of a missing man, identified later as Mr. Burris. They requested that I follow up the investigation on the case on the 31st of July.
Did there subsequently come a time when you made a discovery as to an individual that became known to you as Troy Burris?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And what date did that occur?
August 4th.
Can you tell us how that discovery was made and where?
There was a body located in a wooded area on State Road 19, approximately 8 miles north of State Road 40 in our county,
What county is that?
Marion County. Upon a closer examination of the body, we removed some jewelry. I did a wedding band.
Was there any other jewelry on the man at that time?
There was also a necklace, yes, sir.
All right, sir. Now, anything else about that body, if you could describe it as you first observed it?
The body was lying face down. It had been covered with some palm fronds. It was in an advanced stage of decomposition at the discovery.
Okay. What, if anything, did you do after making the discovery of Mr. Burris's body?
Well, the crime scene was secured by deputies initially that arrived on the scene. Upon my arrival, I stayed with the evidence technicians, and the scene was processed by them.
Were any items of evidence found by you or your evidence technicians in relationship to Mr. Burris that you were able to identify as being his property?
Yes, sir. He was a delivery man for a sausage company. His clipboard, as well as some of his cash receipts, the receipts, invoices, were located approximately 1/10 of a mile from the body.
Was there anything, I'm sorry, sir, did you indicate whether or not there were any matters of personal identification were also located?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There was a driver's license was also found.
I'm sorry. Now, were there any vehicles that you were able to determine as being in relationship to Mr. Burris found by his body?
His vehicle that he used in the delivery, his truck, was found on the morning of the 31st, located at State Road 19 and State Road 40.
And approximately what distance would that be in relationship to the discovery of Mr. Burris' body on August 4th?
It's approximately 8 miles from where the body was located.
And when did you first learn about the truck being missing, or being found, excuse me?
On the afternoon of the 31st, once I was notified to investigate his disappearance.
All right, sir. And what, if anything, did you do with that truck once you learned about its whereabouts?
I had it taken back to our technical services division and impounded there for to be processed.
Now, as part of your duty, sir, after the discovery of the body, did you also attend an autopsy in this case?
Yes, sir, I did.
Can you tell us whether or not you obtained any items of evidence during the course of that autopsy for further submission for laboratory purposes?
Yes, sir, there was. There was 2 projectiles that were removed from his body that I obtained there.
Do you have those with you, sir?
Yes, sir, I did.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
May it please the court, these items have been previously marked during the recess as states quadruple C for identification. Are you able to identify states quadruple C as the bullets you've indicated that you obtained from the medical examiner?
Objection leading, Your Honor.
Would you tell us when you obtained states quadruple C, sir, and from whom?
Are you referring to the date they were originally recovered?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these were recovered at the autopsy on August the 5th of 1990.
Were you present during that time?
Yes, sir, I was.
And did you observe where they were removed from?
They were removed from his body, yes, sir.
And you mentioned also a piece of identification, a driver's license. Do you have that with you, sir?
Yes, sir, I did.
And let me show you now, sir, for the record, what has been previously marked as states quadruple D for identification. Ask you if you can identify that object.
Yes, sir, this is the driver's license of Mr. Burris.
So I'd ask you to open up the envelope.
It's been a while since I used them.
We're talking about clear plastic
All right.
packaging, Your Honor, I refer to as an envelope. Can you tell me where you found that driver's license in relationship to Mr. Burris's body?
Where the body was located off State Road 19, there's a small single-lane dirt road. Approximately 2.5 of a mile off that road is where Mr. Burris's body was located. Approximately 1/10 of a mile down that road on the south side of the road, his receipt book as well as the license and items were located in a wooded area.
Let me show you, sir, what has been marked previously for identification purposes. May I approach you on? Yes, sir. That states triple V, triple W, and triple X. I ask you if you can identify those photographs and do they fairly and accurately depict the scene that you observed on August the 4th, 1990.
Yes, sir, they did.
Okay, sir. Can you describe for the jury what those photographs states, triple V, X, and Y? Make sure I'm not misstating it. V, X, and
Lord.
W, excuse me.
W is the
Allergies
roadway
going nuts, y'all.
approximately 1/10 of a
Eyes
mile
are
off
crazy.
State Road 19. This is the single-lane dirt road that I described that leads to the body of the victim.
Okay, sir. Now, in relationship to states triple W, were any items of evidence found, if you can use that as a reference point for us?
Yes, sir. Approximately where this photograph was taken directly to the right, which would be the south side of the roadway, is where the driver's license and other items were located in wooded area.
Okay, would it assist you, sir, in explaining to the jury your testimony to show them this photograph and approximate where the items were found?
Yes, sir.
Please, the court, the state would offer states triple W for identification purposes. That
W.
states, the record
Morning,
reflects
Jen.
now the defense counsel.
You're having a great weekend.
Yeah, if you're seeing Mark, that's probably
State 61.
Let me show you also, sir, what has been marked for identification purposes as states triple Z as in zero for identification. I ask you if you recognize that photograph.
Yes, sir, I do.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of the clipboard you previously described as having been found in
Yes,
the
sir.
location as described by you?
Yes, sir, it is.
Does this photograph also, excuse me, I'm sorry, Judge will move this in, please record it states triple Z for identification.
Objection.
But yeah, if you're seeing Mark, that's probably number.
State 62.
Let me show you, sir, what has been marked for identification purposes as states quadruple A as an apple. I ask you if you recognize that vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you describe to the jury what is represented in states AAA as a fair and accurate representation, and do you make an identification of that vehicle?
Yes, sir. This is the delivery vehicle in which Mr. Burris utilized to run his route.
And this is the vehicle you described as being recovered on July 31st by your agency?
Yes, sir, it is.
Let me ask you this, sir, if you would. Take a look at states quadruple B for identification. I ask you if you recognize that photograph.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, were you able to determine the identity of that individual as to the body that was found in the woods by your agency on August the 4th, 1990?
Yes, sir.
And who is, if you will, tell the jury who that is?
This is the victim, Troy Burris.
Objection, Your Honor. Overruled.
Your Honor, if it please the court, at this time, the state would offer states triple V for identification, straight quadruple A for identification,
You want to see these, counsel?
I don't know what that
Keep it out.
Yes, sir. And this, just showing counsel states triple X.
Triple X.
Your Honor, we would be objecting to State's Exhibit for Identification XX. Triple X. On the basis of 9403-404 and previous lodged objections as it relates to Williamsville.
What about these other?
No objection to those, Your Honor.
The objection is only to XXX.
Yes, Your Honor.
That would be all photographs, that each of the items be received and marked by the property.
Over objection, Your Honor.
Counsel, any objection to State's quadruple B?
Aileen Wuornos' lawyer working that thing this morning.
Yes, Your Honor, and overall, we renew our previous objections as to the Williams release, and Your Honor
Right.
indicated we have a running objection in that regard.
Anything further than the Williams rule?
Yes, sir. As to that exhibit, we object on the grounds of relevance.
Objection overruled, and that is be received and marked.
All right, sir. To the pleas of the court at this time, the state also offers State's quadruple D for identification, the driver's license of Mr. Burris, as evidence.
No running objection, Your Honor, nothing further.
All right, the items be received and marked.
State's Exhibits 63 through 67.
Let me ask you, if you will, to please open up what has been marked as State's quadruple C for identification. Tell me, identify those officers after examining them.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. How are you able to identify them, sir?
I have my initials on the bag here in which they were obtained and placed in the bag and sealed at the time.
What
they
are
were
those
taken.
items that's located in State's triple C as in Charlie for identification?
These are the projectiles that were removed from Mr. Burris's body.
Now, sir, in your part of your investigation, you were able to determine Mr. Burris was a sausage truck driver?
That is correct.
All right, sir. In the clipboard, which photograph has been admitted to, were there receipts contained thereon?
That is correct.
Were you able to determine how much money Mr. Burris had collected that day from those receipts?
It was approximately $350.
Did you find any money on or about Mr. Burris or in the scene or general location?
No, I did not.
How about in the sausage truck, the vehicle?
No, sir.
Other than the wedding band that was found on his hand and the necklace around his neck, was there anything of personal identification found to him or items of value?
No, sir.
Can you describe for the jury the general clothing condition of Mr. Burris when you found him?
He was wearing a blue jean and a pullover type shirt. Again, he was in an advanced stage of decomposition, so these items were in a bad disarray.
Can you describe whether or not he was clothed or unclothed?
He was clothed.
Was he fully clothed or was he semi-clothed?
No, sir, he was fully clothed.
Socks, shoes,
Yes, sir.
pants,
Yes, sir.
shirt?
Like real
Yes, sir.
government name says, get them locks in here. Hell yeah, real government name. Thank you so much for coming through today. I appreciate it. Real government name's one of them OGs coming through.
Did you make an examination of the clothing?
Yes, sir, I did.
Trying to wake up,
In
y'all.
that examination, describe to the jury what things
Trying to
you
wake up
observed
still.
about
My
Mr.
nose is
Burris'
itching.
pants,
Allergies
things of
going
that nature.
crazy.
Everything appeared to be intact. He was, his clothes, his shoes, his socks, his shirt was on. Nothing appeared to be out of order.
Please, the court, at this time, with the witness's help, I would like to publish to the jury the general location where the clipboard and driver's license was found as evidence in the state's. '61 and 62 in evidence, Your Honor.
All right, sir.
May the witness stand down there? Your Honor, may I aid him by holding these?
Yes, sir.
Detective Tillett, you'll stand over to my side here. I want to make sure all the jurors can see. The top photograph is stated 61 in evidence, Detective. Can you describe to the jury what it is that they are seeing in this photograph in relationship to Mr. Burris's body?
All right. This is directly off State Road 19, approximately 1/10 of a mile at this point where the photograph is taken. You can see the small station wagon type vehicle there. That goes directly around the corner. It curves to the left, back to the north, and right after that area is where he was located. directly to the right where the photograph is taken is where the clipboard and his driver's license and other items were recovered.
Can you point out on this picture possibly where the jury, if you can explain where the clipboard and driver's license were found in relationship to State 61 and evidence?
It would be directly out of the picture here to the right.
Okay, where I kind of have my left hand a little bit, my left index finger. Now, in conjunction with State 61, is this the clipboard that you found with the receipts for $350?
Yes, sir.
And there was, I understand these were receipts only, there was no currency included.
Objection leading, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I'll rephrase. What, if anything, did you find attached to that clipboard?
Just the receipts from the day.
Did you find anything of value in the general vicinity of it or anywhere at the crime scene at any time?
No, no.
May I publish again, Judge? Yes, sir. State 65 in evidence detectives, can you describe for the jury what we were seeing in State 65?
This is the actual scene that Mr. Burris was located. If you look directly, almost center of the picture to the bottom left there of y'all, there's some old palm fronds laying on the ground here, which are dead. Directly adjacent to those is where he was located.
In relationship to the
jury,
roadway that we've
folks.
seen, can you describe
Yeah.
where the body was located
Welcome
in
in.
relationship to that roadway? As far as distance and north, south, east, or west?
He was facing a north-south direction to that roadway there. Covered up with palm fronds, lying face down with his hands under his body.
About how far was he from the roadway itself?
He was right off the roadway approximately 2 feet.
There's snow behind me. Let's get some holiday spirit in here.
Let's stay there 1 second again. Detective, I showed you what has been marked in evidence of State 63 in evidence.
Yes.
Can you describe for the jury what we are seeing in this photograph?
That is Mr. Burris' father.
Is that as you found him on August 4th?
Yes, sir, that is how he was found. He was undisturbed at that point.
What was the state of his body upon closer examination?
He was fairly far advanced decomposition. His arms and facial area were completely decomposed.
Was there any evidence of insect activity upon his body?
Yes, sir, he was.
Objection, field of expertise, Your Honor, unless the investigator is also in
Your Honor,
the
please the
medical
court.
examiner.
Go ahead. Take over.
Sir, would you tell the jury, if you would please, in examining what is now introduced in evidence of State 67, the height of Mr. Burris?
He's approximately 5'7".
And does his driver's license indicate his weight?
No, sir.
Were you able to make a determination through your investigation of his approximate weight?
There is a
Objection, basis of knowledge, Your Honor.
All right.
Further credit to his knowledge.
That's fine, Judge. I'll allow the medical examiner to do that. And what are we seeing here in State 64 now?
That is the actual truck that Mr. Burris utilized to run his sausage route.
Any items of personal property or value found in that truck
No, sir.
linking them to Mr. Burris? Judge, if I may have just 1 moment. So we have a seat for this?
Forgot about my Judge Jet. Judge Jet! Turd monster! I'll allow it. Objection overruled.
Sir, let me show you what has been previously marked for identification purposes. That states triple Y. Please do not publish this to the jury. Ask you if you can identify that photograph.
Yes, sir, I can.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of Mr. Burris's body after he was turned over by you, as you've described him to this jury?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Now,
Are you offering it ever?
Yes, sir, state would offer the state's evidence at this time.
Objection is noted.
Your name, the clerk, Your Honor.
Please, for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let me ask you one last question, sir. The body that you've located in the woods that you described as Mr. Burris with 2 shots removed from him, is that the same body that was autopsied on August the 5th in your presence?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Nothing further, Your Honor. May these photographs be published in the group.
Pass them out. Don't start your
Yes, Your Honor.
cross to the R, but I'd like to just ask, is this road, did you say it's 19? Is this the road that runs north off of 40 towards Salt Spring?
Yes, sir.
Approximately how far from 40? And I didn't know you.
Where the body was located, it was approximately 8 miles north of 40 on State Road 19.
How close is that?
Approximately 5 miles south of Salt Springs.
Your Honor, please put in there. I've forgotten one aspect.
No one behind me now.
I'll show you what has been
Not the
previously
best,
marked for identification purposes as states triple J for identification. I ask you if you can mark for me with your finger and identify the corresponding number where Mr. Burris's body was located in your county.
All right, so that'll be number 5 and 5A.
Okay. Now, number 5 represents what, sir?
That'll be the body of Mr. Burris, and 5A is where the truck was located.
And what was the approximate distance between the body of Mr. Burris and his sausage truck as recovered?
8 miles.
Okay. May the record reflect the witnesses for pointing out states 5 and 5A.
I saw it. I don't know if council saw it.
Oh, my Lord. I think I'm going to die.
Let me show you, sir, what is now in evidence.
Like, I get like a lot of allergy stuff, and it feels like it like hits you hard. Sometimes it'll last all fucking day, but I'm knocking on wood that is not today. But usually it hits you in the morning, real rough. It lasts for a few hours, and usually if I eat or like something like that, it's almost like it knocks it out. That sounds stupid, but it's like you got to do something else. But
Previously identified and introduced the states 42 in evidence. I would ask you, sir, if you can, by the use of states triple J, place on there letters 5 and 5A as you've identified them on states triple J for identification.
Snow 2. No, I'm paying no attention to this right now. I need to pay attention.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God, my nose is killing me.
And we publish this also, Your Honor?
These are a little bit more like.
Yes, sir. This is number 42 in evidence.
I'll use them both. Maybe I'll put it in the background. Well, a little bit.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I have no further questions. Thank you, Justice.
Thank you.
You want to get photographs, counsel?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I believe the jury pleaded the review.
May they have an opportunity subsequently to do these?
Yes, I thought they had already.
All right, sir.
Who's for the cross?
Hang on.
Main inquiry.
There we go. What if I get rid of one?
Good afternoon, Investigator Tilley.
Ms. Jenkins.
You explained that the body of Mr. Burris was covered with palm fronds. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain to the jury what those are, please?
They're, if you want to call it a large leaf that's you see here in Florida.
Wait, do we?
They've been cut there. If
I need to pay
you want me to use a picture to show.
All right, I'm done fucking
to
around.
understand
We're in
better.
here. Locking in. John Tilley, I'm locking in, sir. I'm ADHD this morning. I'm all over the place.
What I'm referring to.
these leaves are, have splits in them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So the body was partially covered, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
It was visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Someone could locate it?
Yes, ma'am.
You indicated that Mr. Burr's credit card was located, is that correct?
I indicated his driver's license.
And credit card?
Some other cards, yes, ma'am.
Was it a credit card?
I'd have to look at the exact list of evidence that was
Would you
recovered.
like to look at your report?
Sure.
Did that refresh your memory?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have your report with you? Or would you
I
like
don't
to
have
see
it
mine?
in here.
Okay. I'm referring, Counselor, to page 7. Can I approach?
Well, I reckon. Says Judge Turd Monster. Went from Judge Bruce Willis, the best judge in the land, to Judge fucking Chet from Weird Science. As the monster! They're the same. I'm convinced. They could have just had this fucking judge come in and play the part, quite frankly.
Okay.
Does that refresh your memory?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
a strict 9, get in here.
And
Happy holidays.
is it in fact you found a credit card belonging to Mr. Burris?
That's what my report indicates, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And all of the receipts and a clipboard was recovered, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And all of the checks issued to Mr. Burris were recovered, isn't that right?
To my knowledge, yes, ma'am.
Okay. You testified during direct examination that nothing of value was found on Mr. Burris, is that true?
Of personal value that the way I understand Mr. DeMore, personal value other than the ring and the necklace.
So you're now saying that the gold wedding ring was something of value, is that right?
Your Honor, that's what he indicated before. Counsel misstated.
That's all right. There's no objection. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The gold necklace
Yes, ma'am.
is of value.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Come up one moment, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you.
You're correct.
Your Honor, may this be released.
You get subject to recall, you give a telephone number where you can be contacted. You are
Your Honor, may I approach and return the photograph?
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, would you state your name, please? I'm sorry. Sir, will you state your name?
First big outburst of laughter in Chet's courtroom. This was a regular thing in the last trial we watched. Or no, the last trial. Phil Spector's now 2 trials ago. Phil Spector.
Fred Johnson.
Imperial blood judges.
No further questions.
What is happening all of a sudden? Aileen, I would like to see Aileen's face.
I wish Mr. DeMore would object or something. I'm sorry. Sir, would you state your name, please?
Fred Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, can you tell this jury what you do for a living and how long you've done it?
I'm a crime scene investigator with the Citrus County Sheriff's Department. I've been employed with the Sheriff's Department for 11 years.
All right, sir. And you have some evidence pertaining to a homicide relating to your duties as a major crimes unit investigator.
Yes, I do.
You have the evidence with
Yes,
you?
sir.
May I see it momentarily, please?
Yes, sir.
And approach.
That's a zebra. That's a zebra.
It'll be in the house.
Spread on the table.
I got a little zebra in my nest. I got a little zebra in my nest.
at cumulative exhibit quadruple E for identification and ask if you recognize the 5 items that I'm handing you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The yellow tags attached to them, you know who placed them there?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, could you tell the jury, please?
Yellow tags are a chain of evidence, custody chain of evidence. It shows where I got them from, what I did with them, put them in the evidence lockers at our sheriff's department. In other words, it would go from me to our evidence locker at the sheriff's department to show the chain of custody.
Your Honor, please, we would offer the vials with their contents. There was one concern.
There was one matter, Your Honor, we worked it out, there's no objection. We would, however, review a Richardson and a Williams with regard to this witness. And any reports, etc.
Yeah, be received, Mark.
Your Honor, the item concerned with the yellow tags, they had some writing on it. I'm going to take them off by name. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These green screen things are crazy.
All right, sir. Can you tell the jury, please, what now states exhibit 68 is?
Yes, sir. The bag containing the 5 projectiles removed from David Spears' body.
From Mr. Spears' body?
Yes, sir.
Projectiles.
We have no further questions for the witness.
Be quiet. Yes, sir.
Just for a moment.
Investigator Johnson, did you bring your reports with you?
Reports, the lab reports?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I have them here.
Any reports that you yourself reviewed?
Yes, sir, I have them outside.
You make reference, can you just, do you have those in front of you?
Which ones you want, sir?
Your reports, the ones you...
No, they're outside.
They're outside, okay. Do you recall making a reference in one of your reports, or do you recall a reference to a projectile that was not reported?
Yes, sir, I gave projectile number 6 that was found in the clavicle of the body to Dr. Maples.
What happened to that?
I don't know, sir. He kept the whole clavicle, the bullet was in it, and he stated he had to take it to Gainesville to remove it.
Nothing further on.
Was the clavicle lost too?
No, sir.
Just the bullet out of the
Yes,
clavicle? Clavicle is what?
This piece right in here,
Collarbone?
somewhere like that.
We have no further questions for the witness, Your Honor.
Any further? You can keep the witness further as long as he's available to you.
Yeah, available.
You may stand down and depart, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Firearms expert Donald Champagne. I know this guy's already been
Your Honor,
on.
please recall Mr. Champagne, recently retired, now on his second day of retirement. State your name, please.
Donald Champagne.
Mr. Champagne, you're still under oath from yesterday. Is that sufficient, Your Honor, should you be sworn?
Yes, sir. He was sworn yesterday.
Yes, sir, he was.
Okay. Unless defense required to be sworn again, he still under the oath of trial.
No, Your Honor, we don't require reswearing, Your Honor. We would just renew the previous motion regarding to swearing.
Yes, sir.
And sir, would you again state what your field of expertise is?
Firearms identification.
All right, sir. And did you have occasion to make some projectile comparisons and analyses in addition to those you talked about yesterday with regard to the homicide of Mr. Mallory?
Yes, sir, I did.
And could you look at your notes and reports on that and begin with the first of those which in sequential order in which you made examination which relates to this case?
I'm an eagle. This show is now hosted by me, an eagle. Figure it out, buddy.
I think that's going to be a little difficult to do. I'd have somebody that could
I'm
just
watching you in the chat.
give me the
All right.
exhibits.
Let's begin. Did you do a firearms projectile examination with regard?
I want to make it look less
homicide,
weird.
In which you received cartridges identified as being taken from a deceased named Charles Humphreys?
Yes, I did.
And could you tell the jury, please, how many projectiles you examined and what your findings were?
Everything's moving slow. Takes 1 second here.
And I received 6 fired .22 caliber bullets.
And could you tell the jury, please, what your examinations revealed?
I found that in my examination that they were .22 caliber, copper-coated lead alloy bullets that were hollow point and were of the Stinger, CCI Stinger variety.
And could you tell the jury, please, if you could tell anything about the class of the weapon from which they were fired?
I found that they were all fired from a weapon having 6 screws with a right-hand twist in the barrel.
And how did that compare with the cartridges, expended cartridges, from which you've already testified about that were taken to the body of Richard Charles Mallory?
So they were all the same brand, and they were all fired from a weapon having the same 6 right class characteristics.
Determine whether or not these two were hollow point?
Yes, they were all the same.
All right, to be certain I haven't missed one of the characteristics. Would you list those characteristics slowly so I can write them down?
The class characteristics of the bullet itself?
Of the bullet first.
The bullets, they were .22 caliber, hollow point, copper coated, Stinger type cartridges or bullets is manufactured by CCI.
And the firearm for which they were fired had a class, which is described as what, please?
Class characteristics of 6 grooves with a right-hand twist in the barrel.
I would ask you to examine State's Exhibit 53, which is an evidence, and if you can determine from the packaging, can determine whether or not those are the cartridges you examined with regard to Mr. Humphreys.
Oh, good morning, Kathy. And I also just saw you come through the Cash App, which finishes up a will this morning. And let me see what you did here. We got a will finished up. Yeah, all the beautiful people that's coming through on Feral Friday, making that happen. What'd you give me? 420. Passing the plate for Pastor Steve. Thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate that. Boom. Yeah, we have a will. A will is in play.
That's an envelope inside this plastic bag that has my file number, initials, and date on it. The date is September the 17th, 1990.
It was cool, honestly. Like, I feel accomplished by going through Phil Spector, but my God. It was a lot. Just felt trapped after a while. Then you have good days. You're like, oh yeah, this rule. Then you have days of just why? I don't know why. I'm trying to get my nose to stop freaking out.
Has my
my mind's
file
going
number,
crazy.
initials, and date on it.
All right, sir. Those appear to be the containers in which you place the extended cartridges. Have you examined them?
Meow to church. Yeah, I've paid no attention this morning.
Yes, sir. They all have my file number, initials, and date on them.
All right, sir. And would you, I think open one of those should be sufficient to determine
Bring
that
them back.
any cartridges are inside.
I said that once before.
Okay. Are they sealed?
No, they're not presently sealed. They were when I received them. These are the bullets that I received. Have my initials on them. On this one.
Sure what came out so big that time. Oh, that's so weird.
I have another bullet that has my initials on it. Do you want me to go through all of them?
Yes, please.
Another bullet that has my initials on it. Another bullet that has my initials on it. Another bullet that has my initials. And another bullet that has my initials on it.
The ghoulie.
I retrieve them, Your Honor, and exchange this group. I'd like you to examine what is now in evidence. States Exhibit 68, projectiles taken from the body of David Spears.
It's an envelope that has my, well, there are two envelopes that have my file number, initials, and date on them. The date's October the 24th, 1990.
Do those appear to be projectiles packaged in the packaging and
Hey, Shelley, thanks for that
that you handled in your
chair.
examination of those projectiles?
Saw that.
Yes, sir, these are 5 plastic vials that have my file number, initials, and date on them.
Did you conduct an examination to compare characteristics of cartridge and firearm from which those were fired?
Yes, I examined the bullets and compared them microscopically with other bullets.
Sure. And what were your findings?
That they were 22 caliber, hollow point, copper-coated lead alloy bullets that were fired from a weapon having 6 screws of the right-hand twist.
Sir, I'd like you to examine State's Exhibit Quadruple C and ask if you recognize the package and the contents of that.
This is an envelope that has my file number, initials, and date on it. Date September the 17th, 1990. A paper bag that also has my file number, initials, and date on it. It contains 2 plastic vials that have my file number, initials, and date on them, and each one contains a bullet that has my initials on it.
All right, sir. And could you tell the jury what your findings were with regard to those 2 cartridges?
That they were 22 caliber, copper-coated, hollow point, lead alloy bullets that were fired from a weapon having 6 screws with a right-hand twist barrel.
All right, sir. And your information with those cartridges from the body of Troy Burris?
Yo, Gabbies.
Objection, Your Honor. Here's
If you have knowledge.
Morning.
No, I don't have any direct knowledge, no, sir.
May I have just a moment, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
We all made it together. Anybody that lasted through Phil, that really watched them all, or a lot of them, holy shit. Some people would come through and watch them all and leave comments on these videos, like every video, and then they would like tell me what they hated and what they didn't like. And like, what's funny is there was multiple people that would start out hating me. They're like, you just need to shut up. Why are you talking? And like all these, even though literally this is what this is, it's just a live stream that they're watching after the fact, right? And they're there for Phil Spector. You know, you can find it on Court TV, but whatever. They found it on YouTube, and they're always like, that's the only place I can watch it. And I always say, first of all, you can watch it on Court TV, but whatever. They always end up, by the end of it, if they really last, they always end up liking me. And they're always like, oh, cool. We had a couple come through. They don't become like hardcore, you know, Buzz Nation people, but they usually end up like, I usually end up winning them over if they're just like hang out for more than like 1 or 2 episodes. But they're so mad. They're just like, why? Why are you talking? I'm like, what the fuck?
Your Honor, please, we would like to offer these projectiles exhibit quadruple C into evidence. They were previously identified by prior witnesses having been removed from the body of Troy Burris.
objection to the comment.
Right. Next over, we'll look at it, we received and mark that proper number.
States number 69.
All right, so those two projectiles are state 69. Can you tell the jury what you found with regard to those two?
I just did, I thought.
Did you
Yeah.
already give us that?
Yeah, I think so.
Same characteristics
Yes.
of class as those found in Charles Humphreys and David
Objection,
Spears?
Your Honor, asked and answered, no personal knowledge.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
Did they exhibit all of the same cartridges, exhibit all of the same characteristics about which you testified in the four previous cartridge examinations?
The bullets, yes.
And did they also exhibit the same characteristics as having been fired from the same class of weapon?
Yes, there are 6 screws with a right-hand twist.
I would like you to examine State's Exhibit 50 in evidence and ask if you recognize it.
Yes, sir, that's the paper bag that has my file number, initials, and date on it. The date is March the 13th, 1991. There's a plastic bag that contains one expended .22 caliber CCI brand cartridge case.
Can you tell the jury what you did to examine that, and if you formed any opinions or conclusions, what they were?
I test fired the previous revolver that was referred to yesterday.
Would that be State's Exhibit 20 in evidence?
Yes, sir.
Continue, please.
The tests that I fired were then compared
Man, look at that
microscopically with.
That looks like it's from like the civil fucking war. Good Lord.
State's Exhibit 50. The cartridge case, and I found as a result of that microscopical comparison that this cartridge case was fired in State's Exhibit 20.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Yeah, he did. He has been there
You
before.
testified just yesterday that weapons with 6 screws and a right-hand twist are common, did you not?
Yes, they are relatively common.
And that there are numerous weapons within that class, those class characteristics. Isn't that true?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And isn't it also true that you cannot state with a reasonable degree of scientific certainty that those projectiles were fired in that weapon?
No, I cannot.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Tanner?
Could you say within a reasonable scientific certainty that the expended cartridge case was fired from this weapon?
Yes, it was fired in that revolver.
And could you also say within a reasonable scientific certainty that every cartridge you testified about for the last 2 days was fired from a firearm with similar class characteristics as State's Exhibit 20, which I hold in my hand? Is that correct?
Yes, sir, the bullets I examined, yes.
And that, in fact, every cartridge you examined had the same class characteristics as the other?
Yes, all the bullets did.
Overruled.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any further counsel? Need to keep the witness.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Can he enter retirement?
No, sir. We would like to have him on standby, but Judge, we'd like to let him go home.
Still on standby.
If you'd like to.
Free this man.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what's next. Let's see here. 39 minutes. Spot coverage of day 4 in the trial. Doesn't even say this lady's name. What is this? Weird. Well, 39 minutes. We'll do this, and then we'll call it a day here. And I'll still leave out a little bit early, but we'll get a little bit more.
Yes, Judge, it's a matter that we
Thanks everyone for hanging out
outside.
this morning.
We took up with Your Honor when it happened. The jury was here. We didn't want to delay the proceedings. Your Honor indicated we can put the comments on the record today. It relates to, at one point during the course of the proceedings, Your Honor said, and I don't have the quote exactly, but something to the effect of, I think we were objecting or doing something for the record, and Your Honor mentioned when this case gets to the Supreme Court. We would respectfully object and move for mistrial, and we've discussed it off the record. I think Your Honor is prepared to rule on that.
Yes, sir. Motion on that.
Thank you, Judge. A couple.
Two other questions.
Judge,
Some remark by the state, Mr. DeMore.
Yes, sir, and actually, Ms. Jenkins or Mr. Miller were closer to Mr. DeMore, who was by the jury. And
Your Honor, I just wanted to make the record clear. I'm not sure the court reporter picked up on what was said.
Court reporter will not inquire any of your matters.
the reason I say that, Your Honor, is that an attorney calling a juror in the middle of the proceeding is a procedure that I have not had any relation with. I don't know if any rule covers it. I know there are provisions by which the court can make inquiries.
But there's also provisions that the court does that they can be reversed.
Yeah, let me get the will going. We can do that too.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Judge. What I'm saying is it's, as an attorney, you call the jury, you ask the juror questions, and then you put the juror back in the jury box. That puts counsel in a very difficult position.
And the court likewise. That's where you kind of improve. I would say to you, if you're not going to fish, have some basis for your statement, and that's all I would say.
Well, it's not that, Your Honor.
I don't know why.
Audio is terrible.
Your Honor, may I respectfully suggest something?
Yes, sir.
I likewise, like Mr. Knowles, because he and I are sitting, our relative position, didn't hear the remark. I did hear the objection. Your Honor did instruct, I think there was a request that Mr. DeMore be admonished, and I think Your Honor, my best recollection said, let's clean it up or something like that.
That's correct.
Which in effect was an admonishment. I would take it as an admonishment. If anything,
There we go.
if anyone was perhaps prejudiced by that little sequence, it would be the state. The closest thing to an admonishment that I've heard in the courtroom that was well received and nothing even similar has occurred since then. What I'm saying is I don't believe there's been any prejudice to the jurors or jury. That would be the issue.
Balls in defense counsel court on who is decisions for that.
I guess the alternative, Your Honor, would be for Your Honor to instruct the jury that any comments made that are not part of the proceedings, anything they may hear mumbled under folks' breaths and things like that.
Writing is submitted to the counsel at the close of the case.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor. There are a couple of other matters I need to talk to Mr. Tanner about with regard to scheduling. Probably the best thing to do, John, is one of this.
You told me Friday you want to make objection about Richardson hearing on similar fact according to my notes. I'm ready to hear that.
Yes, Your Honor. As some of the witnesses testified, we recognize that reports from some of the witnesses, one obvious example is the report, the synopsis that Detective Farzeppo was using, had not been previously provided to the defendant. There were certain other Richardson-related issues that we brought up. We objected to those. Your Honor denied the objection. That has been unsuccessful, and our inquiry is a very simple one. If the state has knowledge of the current address and telephone number for Jacqueline Davis, in addition, whatever address and phone number was provided by Jeff Davis, we would request that those be provided to us at this juncture.
We'll do that, Your Honor.
Anything else?
That's it for now.
Excuse me, Your Honor, can we still have our continuing objection as to the introduction of the Williams rule and additionally the statements? Okay, okay, we're starting a new week. Okay.
Ongoing objection.
Photograph number 76 is an aerial photograph of the scene where the body was found. There are crime scene vehicles in the photograph. There's also a blue blanket present, which was placed over the body by the police present. Photograph 77 is the general
That's
area
so
in which
awesome.
the body was found. However, I cannot see the body in this photograph. And photograph 78 is a photograph of the area where the body itself was found. Off to the left in the picture is the blue plastic blanket-like material which the sheriff's office had placed over the body. On top of the body itself, there are uprooted long stalks of grass, and there is also some greenish blue material which we subsequently identified as an electric blanket.
Doctor, would you please describe your autopsy findings or procedures and your findings?
This was an extremely decomposing body, and those normal processes we perform, such as eye color, height, and weight, could not be performed because of the decomposition. Following the taking of photographs, the body was x-rayed, and the internal examination was then performed. Portions of some organs of the body could be identified, but the majority of the organs were no longer identifiable. We were able to locate by x-ray and subsequently at autopsy a total of 9 lead bullets. One was embedded and fragmented in the inner part of the left upper arm along the bone called the humerus. The other 8 bullets were located in the region of the lower chest and upper abdomen. It was impossible to trace any paths of bullets. Because of the decomposition and the insect activity present, openings in the skin had been created that could not be identified as to insect activity or bullet holes. There were 2.
I'm making a post right now for members on Publicly Buzzed of the kitties. We got this new bed yesterday at Aldi's for the cats, and we only got 1, and I should have got 2. But I was like, oh, first I thought they could both fit on this thing, but they can't. They're both big, big healthy kitties, so they could probably share it, but they're not. And so Ellie basically took it. And she's like, she's sleeping there all night. Charlie was very mad. He was not happy about it. He was huffed about it. He went and laid elsewhere. He was not happy, even though there's a whole nother big pillow that he could have, which he usually takes. But this morning, Cassie, actually, she just sent me a picture of Charlie in this thing, and it looks like a cow. It's like a Squishmallow bed. So, like, my God, I wish we had this thing, right? Because it was so freaking soft. And I'm about to post right now for members again on Publicly Buzzed these pictures. And
Injuries in the left upper abdomen,
got it.
which I believed were probably bullet wounds.
Doctor, I'd like you to...
Objection to probably unless it's to a reasonable degree of certainty, Your Honor.
You have a question like that?
I do, Your Honor. I'd like you...
The second picture of Ellie in the bed was yesterday, and the one with him in it just is now. She must have walked off and lost the bed.
Doctor, when you say probably, you mean within a reasonable degree of medical probability?
Yes, I do.
Withdrawn.
I'd like you to...
Actually, I'll just show her right here because it's awesome. All right, look at him. He finally got the bed. He finally won. Look how comfortable that thing freaking looks. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And this was last night. This is... I can't open the picture all the way. Well, he's up here. He's hanging out up here. I felt like on my phone I could look at the whole picture, but this was her all night. She's like, nope, this is me. I'm loving this. And he was just kind of not happy about it. And but he's got it. He's in that son of a bitch this morning. He said, I'm in the fucking squishy.
Look at Exhibit 5K for identification. Now, don't turn that around. Just keep it to yourself, please. Can you tell the jury
Finally got
what
in
that
there.
photograph represents?
This is a photograph taken in the autopsy room at my office of the abdomen, chest, head, and left arm region of the man that was ultimately identified as Charles Cascade.
I need to get him another.
Does that photograph also depict the areas of the body and the wounds which you indicated within a reasonable degree of medical probability were bullet wounds, entrance wounds?
Yes.
Your Honor, please read off the
Who is
photograph.
this? What is this?
That's right.
They couldn't even give a witness name. I feel like just went in there.
Reviewed your report, did you not?
Yes.
Could you testify?
I feel like we're watching home videos of the trial, like somebody that shouldn't have recorded this.
In this case, if you did not have this photograph,
Yes.
then we would renew the previous objections.
The objection will be sustained.
Would you continue, please, doctor, with your findings? You indicated having located the bullets. What did you do next?
I removed the 8 bullets that I found, 1 between 2 ribs, 2 in the region of the diaphragm, the muscle that separates the organs of the chest from the organs of the abdomen, 2 in the region of the aorta, which is the main artery of the body running along the backbone, 2 from the region of the liver, 1 from the supporting tissues of the large bowel, 1 from the region of the right kidney. I placed those 8 bullets, which were of similar appearance, into an envelope labeled with the case number and the date and placed my initials on it. I did the same thing with the fragments of bullet from the left arm, but they were placed separately.
Doctor, I'd like you to examine Exhibit 5L.
My grandma had one like that. I remember when she'd get it that first day, it would be so tight, and it would grow out.
Cause of death of Charles Cascade was multiple gunshots.
Here? Why are we watching a home video of the trial all of a sudden?
Were any efforts made to recreate perhaps what Mr. Cascade's countenance, his face would look like?
Yes.
Objection, relevancy, Your Honor.
You want to try this in? Try it out.
May I have just a moment, Your Honor? Yes. It may not be essential to where we are at this point. Your Honor, we will not ask any further questions about the instruction. To your knowledge, in connection with the identification and the remains that were available, were efforts made to identify the deceased Cascade visually? In other words, was something done to try to identify him short of a scientific analysis, perhaps of DNA or something like that?
There were multiple efforts made.
Ultimately, did you participate in or observe any identification being made?
I did not observe the identification being made, no.
Have you had occasion to observe have you seen in the past a photograph of Mr. Cascade represented by Exhibit 83?
Yes, I have.
to your knowledge, was a likeness, Starscan, scientifically created to assist in identification?
Objection, relevancy, Your Honor.
Yes, one was created.
We had no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, I do.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Wood, how are you, ma'am?
Fine, thank you.
My name is Billy Nobles, and I'm one of the attorneys representing Ms. Wuornos.
Why would they not put the name down here?
During your
Spot
examination
cover. Well, I guess spot coverage makes sense, huh? It's like a,
in this
I don't know,
case,
this
were
is
you
so
able
strange.
to conclude
You can even film
anything about
differently.
the
It's like
sequence
how a
of the
stalker, like when you're watching a horror movie and it's like a stalker and like the way they film the vision of the stalker, the third person, it feels like that.
No, the body was too decomposed for that to be done.
Were you able to reach any conclusions as to the range of the gunshots?
No, again, the body was too decomposed for that type of testing.
You cannot tell us how far the decedent was from whoever it was that shot him.
No, I cannot.
And you cannot tell us which shot came first, second, third, so on and so forth.
No, I cannot.
Were you able to determine anything as to whether the decedent and whoever it was that shot him were standing or sitting?
No, I cannot.
Were you able to determine anything as to whether the decedent was moving or not at the time of the shooting?
I can tell you that the bullets are relatively closely grouped. It's relatively accurate shooting. There has not been a great deal of movement on the part of this individual, but I cannot say whether he moved or did not move at all.
So you do not know if he was moving towards the person who shot him or anything with that regard?
No, I do not.
And you indicated you could not trace the paths of the bullets.
No, I could not.
So all that you know is that they were in relatively close range.
They were closely spaced to one another. They were from front to back. That's all I can say.
And that was around the abdomen area.
Lower chest, upper abdomen, with the exception of one that hit the left inner arm, upper arm.
Were you able to conclude whether the decedent was standing
Audio
up?
for this one's can be iffy with the judge mostly, but and then if they're not in front of the mics, but man, if they're in front of the mics, in these old ones, they're
Above or below the person who shot him?
No.
Were you able to conclude anything regarding where the shooting took place from your examination?
It is my opinion that the shooting did not occur where the body was found. That is the only statement I can make, however.
Were you able to conclude anything as to how the shooting occurred? As to the circumstances of it?
No.
Did you have any information about what may have occurred before the shooting happened?
No.
Were you yourself involved in evidence gathering in this case?
Yes.
Did you point out items of evidence to the investigators when you were at the scene to take for processing?
I requested that the investigators go over the area where the body was found with a medical detector after I left the scene. I did not remain there while that was done.
Any other items that you may have pointed out to the investigators?
No, I stayed in the immediate area of the body itself, and I did not search the area. Otherwise, that was their job to do.
Any items that were around the body that the investigators may have pointed out to you that you're aware of?
The only objects I recall are the body itself, 2 teeth, and the electric blanket and the brass.
During your examination, you did not uncover any evidence that the decedent had been shot in the face, did you?
No, there was no evidence of that. The head was x-rayed. There was no evidence of any metal consistent with the bullet in the region of the head.
So no head wounds at all?
No.
You prepared a pretty thorough report in this case relating your involvement in it, your discussion with some of the investigators involved. Do you have that report with you?
I have my report. The autopsy report is, of course, quite short because of the limited nature of what could be done, but I have it, yes.
But you did include other pages regarding your contact with investigators and so on and so forth, information relevant to your involvement in the case.
Yes, I have all my investigative notes.
During your interaction During your involvement in this case, did you become aware of Investigator Muck speaking to the decedent's mother?
I'm sure that I did, but I would like to check my notes.
Sure.
Yes, we were called on December 12, 1990 at 9:19 in the morning.
Did you become aware of information relating that the decedent had a .45?
I do not have that information now.
You indicated he had not been shot with a .45.
That is correct.
During your involvement in the case, did you also become aware of information that law enforcement was looking for a homosexual killer?
No, I was never told that.
Do you have your report with you?
Yes.
Could you turn to page 2? Paragraph 2, second sentence. Just read that to yourself.
That is a phone call from Detective Muck to one of my investigators, and that sentence is present.
Okay. Detective Muck indicated to you that law enforcement was considering the issue of a homosexual killer.
Yes, they may have a homosexual killer.
During your involvement in the case, did any of the law enforcement officers relate to you why they thought Mr. Cascade may have been involved in a homosexual killer type situation?
Not that I recall, no.
I have nothing further. Thank you, Doctor.
What's that then?
Dr. Wood, you've had occasion to investigate homicides in which homosexuals have killed someone, haven't you?
Yes, many times.
In your experience as a forensic pathologist, is it unusual to find that a person with deviant sexual preferences may kill in a rage and inflict multiple wounds upon the victim?
That is common.
With regard to the bullet wounds and the various orders, Your Honor, may Mr. DeMoore step forward again? Mr. DeMoore, may he remove his coat, Your Honor? And may the doctor step down? Doctor, would you, if you would, using Mr. DeMoore as a demonstrable object, mark on Mr. DeMoore the areas in which the wounds that you could identify were found, and either the quadrants or the height within the body the bullets were found.
The two probable bullet holes that I was able to identify were both in the left upper quadrant of the abdomen. They were separated from each other by 1 inch, and one lay directly 1 inch above the other. They were to the left of the midline and above the umbilicus, so they would be in this general region 1 inch apart. There was a 5 by 6 inch area of absence of skin in the region of the left chest, consistent with insect activity. There were also multiple areas of injury to the skin in the region of the left chest and the left upper abdomen that I could not state as to whether they were bullet holes or whether they were insect injuries.
So all of the bullets that you recovered were located between where and where?
They were located from the level approximately here to here, being the region of the diaphragm, or the muscle that separates the organs of the chest and the abdomen, the liver, the midline, the kidney, the region of the large bowel, one in the back between the 8th and 9th ribs, which is down low in the back, and then one in the left arm.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Moore, return to a seat, and the doctor as well. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Nolis asked you if you could tell what attitude the body was in when the bullets were fired, correct?
Yes.
And you can't tell the jury whether the deceased was standing up when he was shot, sitting down. Is that correct?
No, I cannot.
In fact, he could have been flat on his back when some of the shots were delivered, couldn't he?
Yes.
Do you know which bullet was fired by the assailant first?
No, I do not.
Do you know which bullet was fired second?
No, I do not.
Do you know which bullet was fired third?
No, I do not.
Fourth?
No.
Right on through ninth?
No, the body was too decomposed for me to tell anything about the order in which the gunshots were fired.
There's no question he was shot 9 times, is there?
There's absolutely no question.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Doctor, you were able to determine, you indicated, from the location of the shots that they were fired quickly.
Objection, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I withdraw the objection.
That's not what I said. What I said was that the bullets struck in a relatively limited area of the body.
And what does that tell you?
That tells me that there was not a great deal of movement between the shooter and the victim during the shooting, and that they were essentially facing one another. But it doesn't allow me to tell their relative exact position.
From your examination, you did not determine the distance between the person who pulled the trigger and the deceiver, did you?
No, the kinds of tests that we can normally do were totally prohibited by the amount of decomposition.
Nothing further. Thank you, Doctor.
Any further, Mr. Chairman? Just one more get on you.
May I ask one more question, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Were you present when the fingerprints were rolled in Mr. Cascade?
Yes.
No further question, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Any further?
No, thank you, Doctor.
Any witness survey you require?
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, would you tell us your full name, please?
Stephen Peter Sims.
And Mr. Sims, how old are you?
I am 24 years old.
And can you tell us who your father is, sir?
Peter Sims.
All right, sir. Mr. Sims, when is the last time that you saw your father?
That would have been in April of 1989. Or no, 1990.
Sir. And where were you living at that time?
Arkansas.
Okay, and do you have an occupation?
Yes, I'm a mechanical engineer.
And did your father have an occupation?
He was retired, sir.
Okay, and what profession was he in prior to his retirement?
He was a merchant marine.
Did there come a point in time when he developed any other type of working arrangements?
Mostly he worked either part-time with the church or some other missions organization.
What would he do with the church or the missions? Tithing, Your Honor.
Tithing?
Yes, sir.
He would either help out with transporting people to and from the church or help out around the church, like with landscaping, stuff like that.
Right, sir, do you have a maternal or paternal grandmother?
Yes, I do.
Where does she live?
She lives in West Milford, New Jersey.
Now, can you tell, if you can go back in your mind to the month of June 1990, you were anticipating seeing your father during the month of June?
Yes, I was.
Just tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how you and why you were expecting to see him.
He was going to be taking a trip from Florida to New Jersey to visit his mother, or my grandmother, and after that, for staying a week there, he was going to spend a week with me. He was going to take, from New Jersey, he was going to go to Arkansas and visit me.
Did your father ever make that trip to your knowledge?
No, he didn't.
Did he ever arrive at your location or your grandmother's?
No, he did not.
Did your father write to you and tell you of his travel plans?
Yes, he did.
So did he indicate to you that he was planning on leaving Jupiter on June the 7th of 1990?
All right, sir, can you tell us when you were expecting your father to leave the Florida area heading to visit his mother in Orlando?
It would have been around the 7th to 9th of June.
And did your father indicate to you, as was his practice, how he would let you know when he had arrived or if he had arrived?
Objection, Your Honor, leading improper form.
I'll be brief. Mr. Sims, did your father make any arrangements with you as to how he would let the family know when and if he would arrive?
He was supposed to call me when he was going to leave New Jersey to go to Arkansas.
Did you ever receive that call?
No, I didn't.
Was your father the type of man that would have just negligently failed to call you?
No, he was not.
Was your father in the habit of disappointing you if you expected a telephone call?
Your Honor, objection.
Now, sir, were you familiar with any of your father's personal property?
Yes, I was.
Were you familiar with any type of luggage he might carry?
Yes, sir.
And were you familiar with his automobile?
Yes.
Were you familiar to the extent of knowing his automobile to know what his license tag was?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall the number from your memory?
Yes, it was a Florida Challenger plate. The letters were AFN and the number 065.
How is it you're able to remember those numbers?
When we used to go on vacations, as when I was a small boy up to New Jersey, we used to stop at hotels, and he could never remember the license tag numbers, and he'd always have to come back out from the lobby or the office to get them off the car. And I would usually be tired at that point in the day when we went to the hotel, so I would usually go in with him, and I memorized the car tag just so we could hurry on and get to the room.
All right, so let me show you, if I may approach, Your Honor. Yes, sir. What has been introduced in evidence and identified previously as State 60 in evidence.
And a composite exhibit 84A and 84B. And I ask you if you're able to recognize the automobile that is portrayed in those photographs.
Yes, this is his car.
Your father, Peter Sims?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, sir, if you could please, can you describe for the jury the type of suitcases your father might have been traveling with?
Yes, we basically shared luggage. It was a family consortium of luggage, so we'd all usually either share the same luggage or use the same luggage, and I had a blue bag, a blue suitcase with a brown trim of brown leather that went around the center of the bag. I remember that. And there was...
Let me show you, if I may, what has been previously marked as an exhibit states used for identification. I ask you if you'll take a close look at this. May you come down here, sir? So what I'd like to know is if you can identify this as your father's suitcase, the one you described in the jury. So I'm going to open it.
Yes, this is a suitcase.
The suitcase you gave your father?
Yes, I've used this suitcase myself going to college.
All right, so go ahead and have a seat. Thank you. Let me show you, sir, what has been previously submitted in evidence that states 4 S's for identification. I ask you if you're able to recognize that bag.
Yes, I do.
And whose bag was that, sir?
It was my father's. My brother, I believe, gave it to him when he returned from a trip from somewhere.
And let me show you, sir, the previously marked identification as states 4 R's for identification. Are you able to recognize this item?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what brand it is?
It's General Electric.
You know whose property it was?
It was previously mine. I gave it to my father when I left for Arkansas.
And when was that you gave it to your dad?
It would have been early in
The victim's
1990.
son. That makes sense.
Let me ask you this, sir. The cassette that you see in there, do you recognize that at all?
Ooh, Lord.
No, I don't.
You do recognize a radio cassette?
Yes, sir.
Everything's covered in cocaine.
Sir, can you tell me if your father wore any type of windbreaker type jacket?
Yes, he had a light tan windbreaker.
Let me show you, sir, what the previously marked
Suitcase there. I had one of those as a child.
Quadruple
Literally
T for
as a kid.
identification.
Yes, that was
Exact
his.
same one.
That's your father's?
Mhm.
So let me also show you what the marked identification purposes that states 4 Ps for identification. Let me ask you if you examine the bag and its contents and tell me if you're able to recognize either the bag or any of the contents of it.
The bag is his. I have one similar to it. As to the contents, I can't be certain of anything in here that I recognize.
When you and your father and your family went on vacation, is this a tote bag you took with you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how are you able to recognize this as his bag?
Because he and my he and my brother, we were going on a trip, and they both bought a toiletry case for themselves, and they were both the same kind, and I have one just like it, so that's how I know it's his.
You ever had occasion to go through the contents of your dad's bag?
Yes, on several times when I was in the bathroom, I'd look for tweezers or fingernail clippers and stuff, so. But I don't recognize any of this per se.
Let me show you, sir, and ask you to examine what is marked that states 4 Qs for identification. You able to recognize that item?
If I'm correct, these are, he used to cut my hair, and these would be the scissors that he used to cut my hair with.
May the record reflect, Your Honor, that state 4Q for identification was removed previously and marked as an exhibit from the tote bag described by the witness.
Covered in cocaine. I guess they dusted for fingerprints? God, we literally had the same suitcase.
Type of lighting equipment that he would carry in his automobile?
Usually he carried flashlights in case of emergency.
Can you remember the color of it?
Yes, it was yellow with black trim.
So let me show you what it marked for identification purposes. The photograph states 5 Gs for identification. I ask you if you were able to recognize that.
Yes, this was the flashlight that he would have carried.
Where would he normally carry that flashlight?
In the trunk of the car.
When your father would travel on trips, would he have any reason to carry any type of reading materials with him?
Objection, Your Honor.
I suppose he'd carry his Bible with him, or any other literature. I'm not
Man
sure
kept a
of.
Bible on him.
Reserve argument, Your Honor. Later.
Had a Bible on him when he got a hooker.
After your father left for that trip to your home and your grandmother's, you ever seen him again?
No, I haven't.
Anyone in your family, to your knowledge, ever heard from him again?
No, sir.
Your Honor, ask the next.
How long had your father and mother been married at the time of his...
They got a different lady there at the
established
mini
judge that you were relative to?
court reporter spot.
How long have they been married?
More than 25 years.
In all those periods of years, did you know your father ever to go off periods of time where your mother or your family did not know where he was?
No, sir.
Objection, Your Honor.
Can you describe the relationship between your family, your father, your mother, your brothers, as to whether or not he would... Can I just finish the question?
Go ahead, finish it.
As to whether or not it would be his normal behavior simply to disappear?
Objection, Your Honor.
Can I just one moment?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, please the court at this time, the state would offer the evidence submitted to the witness and identified as that of his father, Peter Sims, as state's evidence in this cause.
Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish I had a front
obviously have
camera
the
for Eileen's
objection that
facial
you discussed. We also would
expressions.
object to the suitcase as not having been tied in at all. no testimony that's been heard here as to where that item was recovered. And until the state presents such evidence, that item is inadmissible. We also,
Your Honor, may I respond very briefly?
similarly, Your Honor, the contents have also not been tied in by the state in any way whatsoever of the small bag. And as to some of these items, you have not heard testimony, and neither has the jury as to how and where they were recovered. And I think that's something that needs to be presented here before the evidence becomes admissible. Finally, we object on relevancy grounds to the evidence as a whole, and I would reserve the right to present to your argument on that later, but not too much later.
Your Honor, unless my memory escapes me, a rather large gentleman, Ward Schwope from FDLE, identified each and every one of these exhibits in open court as having been found at the Jackson warehouse.
The contents of the bag, and I can't see these.
Judges,
is that the tote bag, the one referred to as tote bag, or the suitcase?
The suitcase, Your Honor, is what we're objecting.
As to that, Your Honor, the state is not offering the contents of the suitcase, we're only offering the suitcase.
All right, so take the items out outside the area of the jury and outside the jury in a few moments. Go ahead.
Okay, Your Honor, the other contents we were addressing, the contents of the small bag, which is sitting right in front of the witness at this time, which he stated he could not identify. The suitcase, the large suitcase, we would object to in its entirety.
Yes.
The tote bag and the other items, the previous objections on.
I understood that from the Mills objection, all right?
Yes, sir.
The objection that overruled the bag's contents stayed. And that clerk removed those and put them in another bag and
Consider the word identified by the
scissors will be evidence.
Over the previous exhibit.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I have nothing further of this witness at this time.
Your Honor, I have no questions at this point.
Judge, may he remain just for a brief time?
Sir.
All right. I do want to see where we're going next. Just out of interest. So 55 minutes will start us next week with Dixie County Sheriff's Office Detective Jimmy Penner, also who investigated the murder of Walter Antonio. So yeah, we'll start in right there. I was a little bit all over the place this morning. I do apologize. My sinuses are kind of clearing up now. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a shorter Murder Church, about an hour shorter than usual this week. Just, again, I'm going to use this hour to do a little bit more editing on a video. But tonight I will be live again on Wrestle Plunge, my second channel, 6 Eastern, to watch a couple of hours of wrestling as well. And now I've got to go doing a little shopping. I'm going to try to make this this soup, that Bassett Page. Oh, there's fajitas right at the end there. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and fix them just in case they carry over till later. But yeah, I'm going to try to make this soup that Bassett Page posted in the Discord. Oh, let's spin a wheel. Hold on. We got a wheel to spin. I do got a wheel to spin. So we can give away a few goodies. Yeah, we've had 3 wheels this weekend, which is freaking sweet. So let's give away something good here. Good luck, everybody, on this wheel. I don't know why I'm moving. I'm moving like I'm in the... That was crazy. Jay just won some goodies. Boom. Jay wins the Hell Yeah magnet, the coaster, the sticker, and the new Savage sticker that has a very special texture. Jay, congrats, dude. Hell yeah. Let Jay know. And I'll probably let Jay know as well. Let me get him on here just so I don't forget, though. We got a new wheel already rocking and rolling. The fine folks here in the Buzz Nation. Of course, I'll be back Tuesday night here on Publicly Buzz with some more body cam, dash cam stuff, and Chapter 5 of Mindhunter. And it feels like we're finally going to start getting more into, hopefully, the psychology of serial killers on there. Jay. Stuff plus Savage. I think that's right. I think he's the first. Is he the first Savage? I think he's the first Savage winner. Oh, wait. I also put him out. Hold on. Oh, that ruined this. Hold on. Oh, no. I did it too early. Yeah, I think he is. I think he's the first Savage, official Savage winner. Amanda might have won. You know, I think she won one. Amanda plus Savage. I'm going to put J. Goodies, and then Savage, so I can remember. Because there's only 10 of the Savage stickers. I have a lot of the other ones, but there we go. Boom, got them in here. Got them on there. Beautiful people here in the Buzz Nation. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, Jay will be happy. Jay, he thinks the will is rigged. Well, not this will, not anymore. You know, the commission has taken down my real, actual physical will. I'm going to have to get her back up and running, you know, according to compliance. But otherwise, the one online works just fine. It's good. Everything is definitely on the up and up. There were nothing illegal going on. I did that one Friday night, I think. Yeah, the very beginning of Frill Friday, I spun that one. Who won that one? I don't forgot. I was just in here looking at it. J Money won that one. J Money, who was also a big Wrestle Plunge supporter, so it worked out greatly. Jersey Jen, another huge Wrestle Plunge supporter. Simi Sharp, they come in and support some Wrestle Plunge. There's a lot of crossover folks and a lot of new folks over on Wrestle Plunge as well. But yeah, everyone, thank you all so much this morning. Have a great Sunday. This stream will, what? Not anymore. What are you saying? What? Are we talking about the will? You leave the will. The will's fully good. There's nothing weird about the will. Everything is fine. Gabby coming in right at the end. How about calling it? And she threw $3 out with the horns up. And we got a brand new will just for you, Gabby. I think you're number 2 on that thing. Nothing weird about the will. That should be a shirt. That should be what people are hashtagging. Nothing weird about the will. Nothing weird about the will. Get that trending. Get that trending. Put that in your trending smoking. Pipe it. In your pipe and smoking. You know what I'm saying? I'm flustered. I'm flustered. Oh, the hell. Okay. I'm just joking. I love you guys. This stream will take you immediately into my Wrestle Plunge stream, 6 Eastern tonight. Let's go. Have a great Sunday, folks. Love you guys. Boom.
This hurts.